There was a major security breach at Donald Trump's most recent speaking engagement, with even Secret Service getting involved in this one. Republicans claim to be huge advocates for the Second Amendment, constantly criticizing gun-free zones as a detriment to society. They believe that a good guy with a gun can save the day every day and bring down violence. So it's no surprise that Donald Trump has worked hard to court the NRA vote, even speaking at their event recently.
Got to get gun owners to vote, because you know what? I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's a form of rebellion, because you're rebellious people, aren't you? But gun owners don't vote. What is that all about? I've heard that. I heard it a few weeks ago. If the gun owners voted, we would swamp them at levels that nobody's ever seen before. So I think you're a rebellious bunch. But let's be rebellious and vote this time, okay?
And who could forget about everybody's favorite MAGA warrior, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Here she is talking about gun-free zones shouldn't exist anywhere in America, especially in schools.
And we think about all of the shootings at these schools, in these gun-free school zones. Everyone needs to recognize immediately that our children are our greatest resource. And while we protect politicians like Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and many others that fight hard to get rid of our gun rights, and we think about celebrities, and we think about how gold and silver and diamonds and all these things are protected with guns, yet the one thing we don't protect are our children at school, and we put them as sitting ducks in gun-free zones. This is all wrong, because here's the deal. We should not have gun-free zones in America, because a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun every single time.
So it's always hilarious that Republicans hypocritically do not allow guns at events where Donald Trump is attending. And that was the case at Turning Point USA's recent Detroit convention, where Donald Trump was set to speak. But before that happened, there was a major security breach. Listen to Jack Posobiec describe what happened.
So there was a security breach. We had everything set up. Everyone was in. The crowd was already getting full. We had hundreds of people here, but there was a security breach because the Detroit PD let some people in without being wanted by the Secret Service. So Secret Service has re-shut down, resealed the entire Huntington Place Center, and they're re-wanding everybody. They had the explosive dogs go around looking for pipe bombs to make sure nothing was planted, and they've re-wanded every single person that's in here. Everyone is now being kept outside. All those hundreds of people now have to go through the magnetometers again because there was that security breach. Because President Trump is coming today, and so this room is this entire event is now a Secret Service protected event.
I love that Jack blames the Detroit Police Department for the problem. Gee, I wonder why. You know, if we didn't have an out-of-control gun culture in this country, we probably wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. But of course, the Republicans are causing so many problems. Just look at the Supreme Court unbanning bump stocks this week, allowing people to turn their semi-automatic rifles into machine guns. What value is there in that to society? Republicans want to preach to us that gun-free zones create more violence because they're soft targets. But then they create their own gun-free zones with events like this, and everybody has to go through the magnetometers 10 times. I'm glad to hear that nothing bad happened, but what a huge inconvenience and how annoying. Are we just going to go through magnetometers everywhere we go in life? When we enter restaurants, bars, grocery stores? This is out of control, and it's never going to end until every single American has been impacted by gun violence. And even then, I'm not confident that that would help bring down this gun culture. Americans are getting sick and tired of living in constant fear and not being able to send their kids off to school and feel safe, or go shopping at a Walmart without fear that some ex-employee is going to come in and shoot up the place. I'm excited for Democrats to take back control in the future and help pass more legislation to bring down gun violence. Enough is enough.